Okay. What the fuck do we do about this Doctor Who Cliffhangers video?
I have no idea. We need something scary. We need something suspenseful.
Yeah, we need something to really hook the audience in right off the bat.
Exactly.
Who's knocking?
I don't know. It's 1 in the morning.
Yeah, that really shouldn't be happening.
No.
Must be very important.
At 1 in the morning?
Yeah. I'm gonna open the door.
No, don't do that. You remember the cat, right? What Curiosity did to the cat?
No.
Curiosity... Oh, forget it. Just go on. If you want to open the door, open the door.
What?
Nothing. If you want to open the door, that's fine. That's your call.
The fuck's wrong with you?
Just open the door.
I will. I promise I will. I'm working myself up to it. Okay.
Go on then.
Yeah. I just need to prepare. You know. Just really just. Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Right this second.
Okay.
Can you tell me that cat's some more?
Oh, fuck off and open the door.
Right. Hello.
Hi there.
And welcome back to the Review in Space. It's been a hot fucking second since we've done one of these, but today we're coming at you with Doctor Who Cliffhangers. Because this is a topic that's, I've always discussed what makes a good one, what makes a bad one, but I've never done a full video talking about the very best. So, you're the new Who fan out of the two of us.
Very big new Who guy.
And obviously, since you've not watched much Classic Who, I am the ambassador for Classic Who for this episode of the Review in Space. Basically, we're going to be talking about 20 of the best Doctor Who cliffhangers ever. 10 from the classic series that I've picked, and 10 from the new series that he's picked. There are honourable mentions that we'll talk about at the end. But yeah, who wants to go first?
Classic Who starts.
Alright, well, what a fitting, actual first one to talk about, but the very first cliffhanger ever.
Ooh.
An Unearthly Child, where the TARDIS materialises in the Neanderthal desert and you see a looming figure. That was the first ever cliffhanger of Doctor Who.
I like the fact that it's not in your face kind of a jump scare kind
It's
of
not
thing.
like a blah weeping angel. It is like, ooh, the TARDIS is it's an isolated location. It's spooky. There's ambience and atmosphere.
And then you just have this lone silhouette just kind of walking up to the TARDIS.
Oh, it's so cool. And then the credits roll and it says next episode, Cave of Skulls. It's like it was such a cool cliffhanger. It's no wonder that people got hooked right off the bat for this show. But yeah. I think that's all I have to say. It's just a really solid cliffhanger. Anyway, what are you? What's your number 10? For the new Who. We're alternating between classic and new.
I'm not going to do this in any kind of order for this one. I'm going to go chronologically. The first one on this list is Bad Wolf. One where Christopher Eccleston is challenging the Daleks after they've taken Rose out of the game station.
What a banger moment in television. I remember watching this when it got aired and I was hyped for this because setting the stage, we knew what one Dalek could do.
Yeah,
earlier in that season,
people, that was intense.
Seeing like an army surrounding Rose and just Eccleston's speech.
Well, in that moment when Eccleston's giving that speech, you're only seeing, 3 or 4 Daleks on that platform, and then the last shot is just that panned out image. Because he's already made that comment, there's tens of millions, but you haven't seen tens of millions, and then you see that shot, and it's just...
It's all hearsay until you see it for yourself. It's so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Doctor standing up to the Daleks and... Rose, I'm coming to get you. It's just so good. Such a good cliffhanger. Yeah. It's just really good. It's good acting on Eccleston's part. It's just everything. It's just good. Just good stuff. It really is.
Yeah.
Alright, my next favourite is a niche one. Not many people talk about it, but I like it. It's the Invasion of Time when the Sontarans show up.
Yes, you've mentioned this one before.
I have, a lot, and it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh because it is like, the Sontarans don't show up for a while, like not for like a couple episodes, and it reaches the end of this one, and Tom Baker's like, it's been a long hard day, but at last the future of Gallifrey is at... There's something behind me, isn't there? And then suddenly the Sontarans are fucking here out of the blue, and it's just so funny, and the music is cool, and I really like it.
Now I know why General Style wasn't allowed to fight in the Time War.
Not many people talk about it, but it makes me laugh. It really does. Anyway, how about what about you? What's number 9 for New Who?
My next one coming up is one from series 2. Mm-hmm. It's The Pit is Open. I am free. Yes. I love The Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit. I'm not personally religious, but the idea of a devil or some sort of original being of chaos and disorder.
I mean, that sort of bad guy was meant to show up in Doctor Who at some stage.
Yeah.
So.
But then the way that he's taken over the Ood, and you're only hearing that voice in whispers throughout the episode.
Yeah.
And he's acting through Toby when he's possessed, all the inscriptions on his face. Descriptions. Yeah. And then the Doctor and Ida are down in the pit. They're just seeing that entrance to the doorway. And then as the world's shaking, crop toys shaking around the black hole, and then you just have that last voice, just, the pit is open.
I am free. Yeah, it's a really cool. It's a good two-parter, and two-parters are really nailed when there's a good cliffhanger to bridge the two of them. But yeah, it's a solid one. It really is actually excellent. I think you picked well with that one. But yeah, my number 7 for the classic Who is Genesis of the Daleks, when Davros says, "Yo, well, tell me."
I love Genesis of the Daleks.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it because I wanted to see how Davros first created the Daleks. And I love the bit when Tom Baker's got the 2 wires together and he's just, do I have the light? Yeah. Don't know why I sounded like a Powley there. Obviously Davros is trying to get information out of him, and because he wants to know what happens in the future for the Daleks, and the Doctor doesn't want to do that. But yeah, I like that cliffhanger. Honourable mentions to the first cliffhanger of Genesis of the Daleks, where you first see a Dalek in the episode. It's really cool. I love Genesis of the Daleks. There are a few good cliffhangers in that story. But yeah, it's really good. And Terry Malloy is the actor's name of Davros. He kills it. He's great, and so does Tom Baker. Anyway, how about you? My next choice, the last kind of cliffhanger in season 2 is the Army of Ghosts, where the Doctor is all the ghosts are Cybermen.
That's quite
millions of them. Because you got the double whammy that the Cybermen are the ghosts, and then you have the Void ship in the cellar. And out comes the Cult of Skaro. I loved that.
That's pretty cool.
I loved that when I was watching it for the first time.
Because we thought the Daleks were gone and they fucking show up again. Yeah, that's pretty cool, I won't lie.
And the music as well, when everything's kind of swelling up after the Cybermen have... It's not an invasion for that, it's too late. It's a victory. Yeah. And then you have the music as the Daleks come out as well. I love that score.
It's good. I haven't revisited that two-parter very often. I'm not too fond of it, but that cliffhanger is really good. Alright, my number 6 is Inferno, where the countdown comes to 0 and the Doctor is held at gunpoint by the evil Brigadier.
Oh my.
So, yeah.
Evil Brigadier.
Yeah, because it was a parallel universe they were in, and and you saw the countdown to 0, and Doctor's at gunpoint, Doctor wants to stop them, use your spiel, but it's really good. I like that cliffhanger a lot. Yeah, another cliffhanger from Inferno that I really like is when you first see the Doctor's console completely disappear at the start of the story. It's a really, really good moment. But yeah, that's it. It's Inferno. It's great stuff.
Well, now we're in series 3, and I do love a few of the cliffhangers in that one.
Yeah.
One of the underrated ones, Daleks in Manhattan with Daleks like hybrid.
Yeah.
I kind of like that one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good one.
Then you got Human Nature, where which of your friends do you want us to kill?
Yeah, that's a great one.
But for me personally, the best cliffhanger is I am the master.
Yeah, yeah, that's really good. Technically, it doesn't end there though, because John Sim flies away in his TARDIS, which is also really good. Like that whole thing That whole sequence from Professor Yana, killing what's-her-face, and then going in the TARDIS, then regenerating.
Chanfo, yeah.
That's it. All of that stuff is great, to be honest.
That 3-parter, that first episode, it hit a lot of good notes, because it also calls back to the Face of Bo's last words.
Yes, that's true.
How do the Toclophane get created as well? I mean, that comes in the next episode.
Yeah, that comes in later, but that's still there, that's cool.
Professor Yana's reveal as the Master. That was my first introduction to the Master when I was watching the series. Yeah,
that's mad.
Because I didn't know who he was at the time. I bought into the idea that he was either a brother or a secret friend. And then when the Doctor calls that out in the next episode, it's just friend at first. And then Martha says, I thought you were going to say it was your secret brother or something. You've been watching too much TV.
Yeah. Cool stuff, right. My next cliffhanger is an old favourite. It's the 10th planet where the Doctor regenerates for the first time.
Oh, that's the first regeneration.
I mean, I could not have it in there. No, let's be fair. Yeah. I also a shout out to the regeneration cliffhanger where John Pertwee turns into Tom Baker at the end of Planet of the Spiders. But no, 10th planet is bigger because the Doctor literally changes.
That close up, the whitewash, and you're not really sure what's going on, and then all of a sudden a new face just pops up.
Exactly.
Where's the old guy?
It's iconic for a reason. It's really good.
And the Mondasian Cybermen as well. They're quite terrifying, aren't they?
They're really, really cool. I love them. I love them so much.
Alright, jumping to season 4 now, series 4, my apologies. And I'm going kind of in the middle with this one. Donna Noble has been saved.
Has been saved, yes. That's such a good one. Silence in the Library.
That episode already was... I was on the edge of my seat. I was at a friend's house and I was watching it and I was just hooked. I was on the edge of my seat watching it all. And then when they're running, they're hiding under that lamp and the Doctor hasn't got a signal that Donna's reached the TARDIS, the temporal breach.
Yeah, it's like, oh, where's Donna Noble? And it's like, Donna Noble has been saved. It's like, oh, God. It's so cool. Yeah, I love that cliffhanger. That 2-parter slaps, to be honest. Definitely. It's really, really good. Next is... Earthshock with the Cybermen, with the 5th Doctor. You think it's like a normal, the Cybermen are back, cool. The Cybermen hadn't been in Doctor Who for like, the last time they were in Doctor Who was 1974, and this was
77?
I think 82. So I think nearly 10 years had gone by with no Cybermen in Doctor Who.
Wow.
So this was like their first appearance in a very long time, basically. So they thought, oh, they're fighting random androids in a cave, it's a run-of-the-mill Doctor Who, and then suddenly the Cybermen appear at the end of episode 1 like, oh, I thought they were gone forever! And then they show up again, like, destroy them! Because remember, this episode is called Earthshock, not Return of the Cybermen. Yeah. They really kept it under wraps, which is so cool.
They didn't really have that kind of nuance in the New Who series, did they?
Well, no, in the classic series it's a lot worse. Yeah. Like, there are some... Well, I mean, they named their stories after... Like, the Sontaran experiment, like, you don't see a Sontaran until the end of episode 1. And they make it out like this big reveal, like, oh, the Sontarans are back. But then it's like, well... We knew that because that's what the episode's called at the start of the episode.
But then you've also got the Dalek in series 1.
True. That's good. I knew who's also guilty of that too, to be fair. But no, I like that cliffhanger a lot. It's a big deal for Doctor Who in general, I think, but I like it a lot. Anyway, next.
My next one is series 4 again. I'm regenerating at the end of Stolen Earth.
Yeah. It's Regeneration Bait, which is what... New Who did a lot after Tennant, and this was like the first sign of like, he's regenerating, woo! Not really.
Yeah.
You know?
Honourable mention, if I'm allowed to say it quickly, the one just before it, Turn Left. I like that cliffhanger as well.
What was that one? Was that
what 2 words after Donna's
Bad Wolf?
Time
Bad Wolf. I remember that now.
Where she said Bad Wolf and everything outside now has turned to Bad Wolf.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good one.
The Stolen Earth cliffhanger as well. The Doctor just got shot by a Dalek. The quick reunion with the Doctor and Rose. It's kind of
very quick reunion. Yeah.
Then you got Yanto and Gwen about to be taken down by a Dalek in Torchwood Base.
Yeah.
And you've got Sarah Jane in her car about to be shot by Daleks.
True. There is a lot going on in this cliffhanger. It's not just the regeneration itself. No. So.
But that's kind of like the cherry on the cake, isn't it? That last shot where you're just wondering what's going to happen.
I remember this when this originally happened as well, because me and my parents, no one I knew had any idea that, oh wait, we didn't get an announcement that there's a new Doctor? What? And then, that was a big deal going into it, but... That's a cool cliffhanger. Alright, my next choice is Tomb of the Cybermen when the tomb opens.
Oh boy.
I know. The Cybermen voices in that episode are so creepy and I love it.
Modern day Cybermen just can't compete to that,
I mean,
I'm afraid.
the thing is as well is it's black and white, so it just looks more eerie by default, which helps. But oh yeah, the Cybermen are so creepy. I love it so much. So, we got a Cyberman back there.
Oh yes we do.
They're not as creepy as the old ones.
My next one, Series 5.
Yep.
No Way Up, No Way Back, No Way Out.
Oh
from
yes.
The Time of Angels.
Good one.
I like this one because I love the Weeping Angels. They're one of my favourite New Who monsters. And in this particular take, this is the second time the Angels have turned up since they were in Season 3 in Blink.
True, yep.
And there's a whole lot more than just 4 of them. And the whole cavern as well is filled up with Weeping Angels.
Yeah.
I didn't realise the twist with the Aplans because they mention them so many times that you're not actually realising until they do. I love that part.
Yeah.
And then it's right at the top with the little ball flickering around. They're surrounded on all ends. And I like that little kind of... It's a mini speech he has when he's talking to Bob the Angel, where he's about to shoot the ball.
What you don't put in a trap is me, and that's a cool moment.
Yeah.
My next pick is an old classic, again, going back to the first Doctor. The Dalek Invasion of Earth, where the Dalek emerges from the Thames.
Wowzer.
I know, wowzer. Big wowzer. It's so creepy, and they recreated it in the movie version of the Peter Cushing one. Looks good in that as well, but I like the one because it's black and white, it looks creepier.
Yeah.
But it's iconic for a reason, seeing the Dalek come out from the Thames, out of the water, is so fucking cool. I love it.
Oh, number 8 on my list. We're jumping all the way over to Season 10 now.
Oh, are we?
For Oxygen.
I'm still blind.
I remember watching this episode. It had been a short while since I kept up to regular pace with Doctor Who, because Season 9 threw me a little bit with all those two-parters. And then I got slowly back into Season 10 with episodes like Smile and Thin Ice. And then watching Oxygen as well with those suits. And then with Bill as well, trying to save her, but then the Doctor goes blind. You're not really sure how he's going to fix that, but you're kind of sat in your seats thinking, oh no, it's okay, he's going to figure it out at some point.
Yeah.
And then it's just, no, I can't, I really can't.
I really like that one a lot.
I appreciate the fact as well that they left that last shot black.
Yeah.
Because it's seeing it from his perspective rather than just seeing Nardol's reaction.
I like that cliffhanger. And it isn't like a traditional cliffhanger where it is like...
leading to another episode.
No, it's literally just like... Because it left me speechless at the end of it. Crazy, honestly. Really, really good. Alright, my next pick is Deadly Assassin, where the Doctor's trapped on the train track and there's a train coming. It's so good. It's such a good cliffhanger. I love that one so much. Not many people talk about it, but I fucking love it.
It's quite frightening. The close-up as well of those guys in the goggles and the masks.
Yeah.
It's just like...
yeah.
How many are there?
It's so fucking cool. It's so tense. Anyway, what's your number 9?
My number 9 on my list. Ooh, sticking with number 10, Series 10. Accessing
Bill Potts. I love that one so much.
Well, Nothing Time. It's one of the. It's an episode where you don't know what's happening because everything's becoming so unpredictable. Especially when the Doctor's trying out that kind of save Bill speech, but then he still shoots Bill in that kind of mental kind of ward area, the medical wings. And you see all the tortured fucking people with the sacks over their heads. Cyber proxies.
Pain. Oh, such a dark episode, and to end it like that is so.
Yeah. With a double whammy as well, where I mean, you kind of already knew John Sim was going to come back.
Yeah, because they fucking spoilt it in the fucking trailer. Why? Why'd you do that? It would have been so sick. That's a cool cliffhanger too. That two-part has grown on me over the years, definitely. So I'm very glad to see that on the list. All right, and my number 1. I think you've already seen this one. If you haven't, what the fuck are you doing? Is Remembrance of the Daleks, where you first see a Dalek float up the stairs.
Yes.
You've seen that, yeah?
Of course, I've seen that one.
It's my favourite. I love it so much. It's fucking excellent. And like I say, it's the first time we see a Dalek float, and the 7th Doctor is stuck at the top of the stairs and he can't get through, and then the Dalek just comes up after him. Something no one expected would happen at the time. Because the biggest drawback of any Dalek is, what's wrong? Can't climb? And all the jokes of like, oh, well, you come grab me when you've grown legs or whatever. It's all those jokes of Dalek's worst enemy in the stairs. Honourable mention, to the other cliffhanger in Remembrance of the Daleks, where Ace is surrounded by 3 Daleks and is about to blow herself up to kill the Daleks. So cool. Anyway, that's it. Done my 10. What's number 1 for the New Who? Make it good.
My last one is jumping to the Flux series.
Oh, you're doing it chronologically.
Yes. Yaz the statue from the end of War of the Sontarans.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
A close choice to this would have been Doctor turning into a weeping angel in Village of the Angels.
Yeah.
But that one kind of, it dulled it down for me because it wasn't the end of a series.
And the resolution for that in the next episode was pretty cop-out.
Yeah.
Like, she immediately unturned into an angel in the next episode.
It's kind of alright in practice, but you got to think of a way to keep that going rather than just dropping it.
Yeah.
But Yaz the statue, I didn't really go and get into the Flux series personally. But then the Sontaran episodes were pretty cool. And what's the name of the villains in that one? The pair?
Oh, Swarm and Azure. They just show up on Atropulse and Doctor's asking where Yaz is, and then they flick a switch, and then suddenly her and then Venda are on the podiums like the statue people were, with the markings on their faces.
The markings
now.
For me, I found those quite unsettling to look at.
Yeah, especially when they're on Yaz, it's like, oh no, what have you done to her? And they're like counting down to 0 to click her out of existence, and it's like it's a really tense moment. The best part about it is because I love Swarm and Azure. When they were on screen in those early episodes of Flux, it really felt like they could just flick their fingers and they could dust the fuck out of Dan or Yaz and they'd be gone. Like, it feels like dangerous to have them around because they could just kill anyone. But yeah, cool stuff. Right, I have a couple honourable mentions that I think I mentioned one of them, which was Field Major Steyer appearing in the Sontaran experiment, and then the other one was Death to the Daleks, where the 3rd Doctor literally stop, don't move, and the camera literally just zooms in on a red and white checkerboard, and then it cuts to credits. It's just such a silly cliffhanger. Yeah. Any honourable mentions for you?
I've got a few of them. A personal favourite of mine is End of Time Part 1. Not
Master
just
Race.
with the Master Race, because you're kind of worried for Wilf in that moment, and you got the flashback with Donna. She's starting to remember.
Yeah.
Everyone else has just been taken over by the Master.
Yeah.
And then I hadn't seen that many Classic Who episodes, so this was my first proper introduction to a proper Time Lord cathedral kind of area.
Oh, so like Gallifrey returning,
making a call to the Time Lords. I'm thinking, what the hell? You're going to be dead. Daleks in Manhattan with the Dalek Sec hybrid coming out of his shell.
Honestly,
that one kind of gave me a bit of
that one. That one was really good.
And there was another one, it just escaped me. I think it's series...
One thing that I would have liked you to put in there, the Capaldi one, is Under the Lake Before the Flood, where they see the Doctor as a ghost. And I love that cliffhanger so much. A Jodie one that you didn't mention was the end of Ascension of the Cybermen, where Graham and Yaz are being chased by Cybermen, and then meanwhile the Doctor and Ryan are stuck on this floating rock, and then they see a gate and they look and see that it's like Gallifreyan ruins, and then the Master comes through and says, "I'm about to rock your fucking world, you bitch." Like it's I love that cliffhanger.
Actually, hopping onto that one as well, one of the cliffhangers I remember from Jodie Whittaker's era is Spyfall Part 1, because it's not that disastrous a cliffhanger, but I like the twist that they pulled with Spy Master.
Yeah, that's true. I like that cliffhanger. The Spy Master. It's quite good.
That's why I call myself you see, it works.
Yeah, that's a good cliffhanger. I quite like that one actually. But yeah, cool stuff. I think we're about done.
Alright then.
Actually, no, one more mention. The moon base from Series 2, where you see an army of Cybermen walk across the moon towards the station. It's really cool.
That one.
I really, really like that one too. People call it the moonwalk. I like that. Anyway, yeah, that's it. We're done talking about cliffhangers. Let us know what your favourite Doctor Who cliffhangers are. If you want to, you don't have to. It's up to you. Goodbye.
Did we answer the door to the guy knocking?
No. We hear him moving around outside a lot during this thing. It might be best if we go check it out. You go check it out this time. I tried already before. Let me know how it goes.
Okay. Oh my god!
Whoa!